Greetings everyone, this is Elizabeth and I'm here with some Simon Hurley stencils and lunar paste. I really wanted to play with some lunar paste today, and what better way to show it off than with stencils. So I've got two of his stencils, but before we get started I just need to make sure that we are actually live, because sometimes there's a lag and all that funness. Get through the ad here real quick. Skip it at ad, and I can hear me, so that's even better for the replay. If you are watching the replay, know that you can always fast forward to the important parts. My videos are more follow along, hopefully pace. You know, this is my normal pace. We want you to be able to follow along if you choose to. Today is December 15th. I always go live on Thursdays, but next year it's going to be Thursdays at 7 p.m. Okay, so we're going from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. starting in January, and I will remind everyone on our, I think we have one more live before then. This may be it. I don't know. Hold on. One count. Okay, so we've got two more lives here in December at 3 p.m. Eastern, and then starting in January, my Thursdays will be at 7 p.m. So hopefully you guys can hang out with me. If not, there is a replay, but again, January lives will be at 7 p.m. throughout my duration with Crescent Creation. So hopefully all next year. We'll see. We'll see. There we go. Kim in Alaska says, works for me. That's fabulous. Yeah, it's just like today I had so many things to do. Didn't quite get everything done. I thought 3 o'clock would be fine, but inevitably I always have something that I got to do on a Thursday. So I got to change that up a little bit. Today I'm using my Make Art Station. It's a metal piece that you can get some pretty nice magnets for. This is a piece of non-skid kitchen silicone. Okay, there's so many designs and products out there that are good to just hold it in place, and that's what we're looking for when we're doing stencils, is things to help hold it down. It holds it so good I can't even get it up. Let's grab that pokey tool. Get that picked up there. So we've got our non-stick mat. You can tape your stuff down, you can magnet your stuff down, whatever you need to do. Jean! Yes, dear. We are live. We are live. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. But so non-sticky. You can also get some pixie spray and make these kind of sticky. I personally forget about it. I have it. It's over there somewhere. But yeah, so I always forget about the pixie spray. In the description box down below, you will have a link to both the new Gold Rush and the Silver Lining lunar paste at the Crescent Creation shop. They are affiliate links, doesn't cost you anything, but it tells Neha that I'm doing a good job, and the system, it gives me a percentage of the sale. You guys, these lunar pastes, look at, oh, it's so beautiful. And those links are down there. Also in the links are these two wonderful stencils. We have the 3-piece Dazzling Diamonds, and then this is a 4-piece Mod, M-O-D, Mod Christmas Trees. Now, the great thing about these Christmas trees, see, I used a little bit of pixie spray on the little piece. It is 4 pieces because you do get the tree bits, okay? So you get those little masks. So if you want to do like reverse stenciling, you put your little pixie spray on that, or hold them and ink blend around them. Oh, you haven't been able to work with it yet? Well, hopefully you can. And then I didn't know this. I don't know why I thought these were like lineup dots or something. I didn't know what these little dots are. You guys, those are the tree trunks. They give you a little stencil for the tree trunks. These look so adorable without the tree trunks that, you know, you don't need them, but they are there if you want them. There's tree trunks, you guys. And these are linked down below as well. They are limited stock at Crescent Creation, but maybe you guys already have them. That would be even better. Pull them out. Pull them out. Let's get cracking. I have a small pile because once you start stenciling, you just can't stop sometimes. I've got a nice little small pile of some new paper for me. This is the 100 pound hammer mill cover cardstock. There is a difference in your papers. So when you're doing card making, it should be cover. Cover cardstock is thicker and it's better to work with, you know, for stability and stuff. The other stuff is like your printer paper. And so when you see it's 80 pound, but it doesn't say cover, it's going to be thinner. It's going to be thinner. So I'm just going to plop that right there. See that? On my nice sticky grid, it doesn't move. Okay. That's kind of important. I'm going to start with some Dazzling diamonds. It's a 3-piece stencil set. Okay. And they're really nice. They do put the, like 1, 2, and then somewhere on here is 3. So you know top to bottom. Okay, and I just put a little bit of paint on it, rubbed it on, and then rubbed it off so I could see it a little bit better. So yeah, so we're going to start with number 1. And these guys line up so easy, so you can do it any way you want. If I put this diamond right here at the edge of my page, and this one is like inward, then I know it's not going to be straight, and I can actually just line up the whole row of diamonds right there. Okay, now I can take a magnet, hold those down, and we're good to go. And now the fun part is just deciding what colors you want. Jean Morin says, where did you get the cardstock? Amazon. 100 pound hammer mill cover cover. Is it cover copy? But it's cover. It's got to have the word cover in there. But it's from Amazon, but I did get mine from a subby. I purchased one and she gifted me one. So I felt kind of special. So I've got lots of luscious paper here. There's Miss Pam. We're gonna do some reds with red and gold. How does that sound? So I'm gonna do a nice game over. We're gonna do the game over, and then we'll do the second layer in some bee sting, and then the third layer we'll do with some lunar paste. Oh, it's gonna be fabulous. Fabulous. I am special. I feel special, let me tell you. You guys make me I enjoy coming live with you guys and doing what I enjoy doing, which is just making. Just make. And backgrounds is like, you guys, I love making, and look at me. I'm looking at the camera, swirling the ink on there because it's all nice and snug into place. I'm not going to worry about it. And normally I tap off, right? We tap off and then start ink blending, but because this has a pattern, your tap off is basically right there. So you don't have to tap off if you don't want to, but you can. A reminder as well for those just popping in, starting in January, okay, January, my Thursday lives right here on Crescent Creation will be at 7 p.m. Okay, 3 p.m. I gotta hustle too much sometimes, and yeah. I need to... I like the 7 p.m. on my channel, so we're just gonna roll with 7 p.m. across the board. We're gonna be 7 p.m. here, 7 p.m. there. Hopefully we'll get some more visitors. I know 3 o'clock is a kind of a weird hour. But yeah, so that's in January. So the last few December lives will be at 3. Okay, that way there I have time to warn everybody. And all I'm doing now is I'm going back because I can see that those are much lighter than those. And I want this nice and rich and yummy. So we're just going to fill that in even more. And I love that about the Simon Hurley inks. You can just build up. You do it lightly and you get this light color. Then you can just build up and you get this gorgeous dark color. Oops, that shifted just a little bit, but it's still going to be beautiful, you guys. So here's layer 1. Oh, isn't that just gorgeous all by itself? Just look at that. Just look at that. Nice, beautiful, crisp lines, aside from where it wiggled a little. But once I trim, you're not going to see that. We'll be all focused on this Beautimus right there. Now, if you're doing multiples, okay, keep going. If you need to do 10 cards, don't switch stencils. Stay with the stencil you're working on, right? So you're going to line that up just like we did before. Got a little bit of space between those, so we're going to plop that right there, right? And maybe, not maybe, just sit there and blend those colors. I'm actually going to hold that there this time so it doesn't wiggle, and then I'm going to put that right there. Lisa, hello. Okay. Once you get your brush all inky, because maybe it sat there a while, it's not so inky. Okay, put my finger there. Get nice and inky. I need to re-ink my pads. I use them a lot, you guys. I use them a lot, but I don't re-ink them a lot, which I love, which means my re-inkers, they're going to last me forever. I even use my re-inkers for watercoloring and stuff like that. They're very versatile, very good to have in your artsy arts arsenal, okay? Okay, so I'm going to get some ink on there. Oops. Okay, so there we have our second one. And we would just keep going, okay? Don't clean up. Don't clean up until you get all your panels done. See how quick that went? Okay. And I would recommend, so you're done, okay? You're done for the day. You got to do cleanup. Here's a little tip for you, okay? Clean up over a spare piece. Okay, you're going to get something unique. You might get something you really love. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mist it right there, just like so. Look at that. We're already getting some cool stuff happening. Okay, so I did a couple of mists, probably a little bit more than I should have. Now I'm going to take my rag, just like I was going to do if I was going to clean it, right? But I'm going to clean it right over a spare sheet. Look at that. Just clean that right up over another sheet, just like so. Dry that up, get that cleaned up, peel that up, and look at that. You see all those little water droplets, kind of grungy. Okay, I do definitely need to let this one dry, but look it. It's much softer. Okay. If you're afraid of spraying right on here, spray some on your rag. Okay. If maybe your water spritzer is not doing a fine mist, maybe it's globbing on too much, get it on your rag. Make sure it's not oozing water. We don't want it to be an oozer, and then get it. Okay, try it that way. We'll try that with our next layer. Okay, so now our stencil's clean. We got to clean up potential another sheet. We've done our 15, 20 little card panels. Now we're going to go to step 2. Jean says it never works for me. It will one day. It'll all click together and it'll work beautifully. Okay. Now, I moved my paper, so I don't remember. Hopefully, no, this lined up beautifully. Oh my gosh, did I just line that up like perfectly? Almost. Look at that. So easy. They line up so easy, you guys. Okay. And again, we're just going to put that down. Okay. So now we've got our second color, which I'm doing tone on tone. I'm doing the reds. And you can even one up this. Like, you could do this on a light red paper. You don't have to use white cardstock. Maybe you start with a red base, then you put red ink on top of that with more red ink. It's going to be fabulous, you guys. Let me get my little paw over here. My little green paw somebody gifted me. Get that. Oh, little piece of ink. So now we're coming in with Bee Sting, which is a different dark red. Bee Sting is like a good Christmas red. Game Over is more of a Victorian red. I feel like an aged Christmas. Bee Sting is kind of like a fresh Christmas red. I hope that's... And again, we're just building up that color right on. I load it up, but I'm not putting it right in the center. I'm starting on the plastic. That's why I don't have to tap off, because I'm starting on the plastic and getting that ink on the plastic, smearing it around nice and even, and then shoving it basically into the voids. Okay, look at that. Ugh. Isn't that just gorgeous? Now, you guys, if you have texture paste, especially like a clear texture paste or a crackle texture paste, you could put that over these bigger areas. Mwah. I can just feel it just be gorgeous. But we are using Lunar paste today. What I would do is I would probably do like the crackle paste on these ones, and then let that dry, and then go back and add the Lunar paste on that third. Yeah, that would be so gorgeous. See how quick that was? Okay, you ready for this? You guys, it's gonna be gorgeous. Look at that. Dazzling Diamonds 3-piece stencil set by Simon Hurley. Available in the Crescent Creation Shop. Linked down below for you guys. Just look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So again, okay, do all 15, 20, 100, however many you need to do. Don't clean up in between. Okay? Avoid it. Don't clean up in between. Look at that. So I've got that one lined up right there. These ones are a little bit off. So I'm just going to grab this corner and shift it. And there we go. Look at that. Oh, no, shift it. I wiggled too much. There we go. Okay. So we plop that down. We plop that down. Okay. We're going to grab our ink just like before and keep going. Okay. And look, if I don't even add ink, look at all the ink that is left on the brush. left on the stencil. Okay, look at all that. Look at all that. So you can really do some fun stuff, like highlight one section. See that? How it's much darker than it is over here. You don't have to do exact same thing with all of the stencils. So if you have to make 50 cards with the same set, you can change it up a bit. So let's do that one like that, where we just have this dark area right through there, okay? You want to see what that looks like? Look at that. Isn't that crazy? And then we're kind of drawn to that area. It's like, oh, we're dark right there. Look at that. And then we got that nice light, but it's all the same color. Again, beautiful, beautiful. And this hammer mill is taking the ink beautifully. It's really looking nice. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, now it's cleanup time. We've done all of our card panels in the bee sting that we needed. This is kind of curling, okay? But that's okay, because when we put this piece on here for cleanup, we'll just kind of stretch it out. Stretch it out like so. Get those diamonds right in the center, just like before, right? That little magnet on there. And now it's going to sit a little bit flatter, like so. So, I'm going to squirt my rag. Okay. Get that damp. And then we're going to brush that right over our stencil. We're cleaning that stencil, okay? Get those magnets out of the way. Get those nice and cleaned up. Look at that. Okay, nice clean stencil. Layer number 2 is done, and then we have that. Look at that. So you can definitely squirt, and you're going to get different effects because the water's going to run under, or you can use a damp rag. And I mean damp as in didn't dry it long enough in the dryer and whatnot. So you don't want it sopping wet, you just want it damp. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then you put a bright, beautiful focal point on there. Gotta love stencils, you guys. You can do so much with them. Okay, so there's that, right? So we've got all of our panels. Okay, now it's time to do the stuff that's got to dry. So when you go to do your lunar paste, be sure you have a place to put your panels to dry. So make sure you've got enough area so they can all dry. The thicker the paste, the longer it takes to dry. The thinner the paste, the quicker it dries. So keep that in mind, because you can glob it on. You can totally glob it on a stencil and pull it up, and you're going to have some crazy, crazy designs going on. Look at that. Just lines up so beautifully. Ugh, easy peasy. Just like so, okay? Put that down there, put that down there. We're gonna, yeah, you gotta clean an area. Get you a little tray that you can put on top your piles. That's what I do a lot of the time. I get one clean tray, fill the tray, and put it on top of something somewhere. Now, lunar paste, if you put it up to your nose, it does have a smell. But like when you open it and you're smelling, it doesn't have a smell. So it's a very faint smell. It's chemically. It's chemical. It's not pleasant. It's the first time I've actually smelt the lunar paste. If anybody is, whew, yeah, it's kind of stinky. But it's not like stinky like nail polish. Definitely not like nail polish. Okay. Scoop your lunar paste. You always want to scoop it so it sits on the back of your palette knife. Okay? Your palette knife has a back. It's this part here. This is the top. Okay? Now, we definitely don't need that much, but you're going to scoop it, okay? That way they're sitting on the back. So when you put your palette knife at an angle, a little wider than 90, you put it down, and then you can just smoosh and drag. Okay, and then you can tip it down more to get more of that paste in there. Okay, and don't worry if it goes on your mat. It does clean up. Now the micas might stick into your mat because there is mica in this. Try not to make too much of a mess. So squish, 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 squish and scrape. Now when you're doing the lunar paste stage, I will recommend cleaning in between like 2 or 3 go rounds so that it doesn't clog up, because it does, I mean, it does dry quickly, so you're only going to be able to do a couple before it actually dries all up. But it's nothing too worrisome. Okay, so there's that. We take what's left, we can scrape it right back in there. Okay, we're gonna be quick because this can dry super fast, So I'm gonna do get this peeled up. Okay. Oh, look at that. Those little golden diamonds. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. So we're gonna put this back down. We're going to check too. Before you lay your stencil back down, you want to check. Because if you've accidentally oozed through the backside, go clean it. Okay, just go clean it. So we're going to pop that back down. We can see our little white areas in there. And that looks good. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab the little bit and just fill in our spots. And you'll get the knack of it. You know, I wasn't this fabulous the first time I had to do stenciling, but I figured it out, and it took some time. Oops. And these angled ones are a little weird because, you know, there we go. See, this one went much quicker. Okay, why am I not cleaning that up? There we go. There we go. Okay. Get that one all picked up. Peel it straight up. Keep your fingers out of it. Miss Debbie J. And then we have our cleanup one. Okay. I'm not too worried about the stuff on the back on our cleanup one. I'm going to, as it gets more lunar paste on there, it's kind of hard to see where they should go. So you just kind of find a couple to look at. Is that? No, that needs to go up. And that needs to go over. So yeah, this one was a little bit harder, but that's okay. And same thing, I'm gonna get my water on there, and I'm just gonna clean that stencil right over my cleanup card. Oops, I didn't have that down good enough. Right over my cleanup card. Okay. And you're gonna be shocked. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're still shiny. Even though it's just the cleanup, they're still shiny. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm gonna clean this up. So remember, you can only do about 2, maybe 3 stencils, and then you want to do your cleanup. Okay, because you don't want it to get too dried on there. Okay, and it is okay if you have a little bit of residue left behind. What you want to really make sure though is that it's the crevices that count. So if you have buildup right at the edge, okay, what's going to happen is it's not going to, like here, if we have buildup on the back, it's not going to sit flat, and it's going to make your diamonds or whatever imperfect. But see how easy it does clean up easy. And like here, there's a little bit of residue right there. You see that? I'm not worried about that because it's off. It's not interfering with my little diamond. Okay, you can scrape it a little bit, but yeah, a little bit of residue there. Not worried about it. Gonna put that right up there, and there's that. We've got our tub. Make sure if you're getting a lot of crusties, that's normal. There's nothing wrong. It's just what happens. Just get those crusties so you have a nice good seal when you close this back up. Okay. Get the side of this one. And now I'll show you these panels again. So here's our first one. Okay, nice even ink blending, nice beautiful lunar paste. Oh, look at that. Nice lunar paste diamonds in there. Just mwah, mwah. And because it is a texture paste, it's going to be raised. So when it's dry, we'll be able to feel those little bumps. Here's our second one. Okay. This one here, we did it nice even inking, and then we kind of flared it out with just a dirty brush. Just drag that ink over, and so we have this gradation in the color, and I love that too. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's what's so fabulous about crafting, is it doesn't have to be perfect. And this is our absolute cleanup sheet. Cleaned up layer 1, cleaned up layer 2, and we cleaned up the lunar paste. I'll try and catch a little, oh, there's that one sparkling for you. It's very faint, it's very cool, but look, this one would be good for like a Valentine's or Easter. Put a little rabbit with some Easter stuff there. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. And the teeniest amount of lunar paste, and it just brought these cards to a new level. Just mwah, mwah. Okay, so I'm going to show you something super simple you guys can do if you're in a hurry and you're like, oh, I need to make a Christmas card. Or I guess you can't be in a hurry, but you know, if you just want to make some simple fun Christmas cards, they will need time to dry. We've got, or even just wintry, like you just want to add a little something somewhere, right? We've got our mod Christmas trees. Look at these. Oh my goodness, aren't they just gorgeous? Just look at that. So the mod Christmas trees, you have the whole shape, then you have half the shape, and we're really going to focus on this half of the shape with some lunar paste. And then we also have decorations, which I'm not going to use the decorations today. I'm going to focus on this two section of this, and maybe the tree stump, maybe, if I remember. Okay. This design here is also good. Say like you, I'm going to line this up on this edge. I'm going to line this stencil up on this edge because it almost looks even right there. Okay. I've got a little bit of room for a stump if I want it. Okay, I'm just gonna plop that down right there. What we're gonna do here will also be awesome. Okay, we're gonna use a fake plant, and then we're gonna reach in here and find our fake plant. I forgot to link that down below, but you know, if you don't have the inks, yeah, they go together, but this goes with anything. So whatever green you have on hand, go ahead and grab this. Okay, you're gonna love it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ink blend, and then we're gonna lunar paste the other half, just because it's gonna be gorgeous. Oh, look at that. Okay, I will say this hammer mill paper does take the ink beautifully. It's a lot, not a lot smoother. It is smoother than the Accent Opaque. That is my, I still am going to be buying Accent Opaque because that is my go-to. It does clean up really nicely. Oh, look at that. And I want these nice, heavily pigmented, beautiful trees. Look at that. Oh, so gorgeous. Look it. Bam. I went out a little bit. I got a little, it feels a little damp. I probably got overspray on it. But look at that. You could be done. Aren't those just fabulous like that? So if you're doing a Christmas card and the inside is black and you need that little white piece of paper, put a little tree on it. You don't have to do all three. You can mask off and just do a tree and then do your little note card, your little sentiment. Okay, this right here, you put a big Merry Christmas, card's done. Well, yeah. Okay, same thing. We do as many as we want. So maybe we're making note cards. Maybe we're gifting our friends note cards that they could leave in their kids as lunch. Maybe you like to spoil your hubby and you make him his lunch. You know, trees are manly. Trees are for everybody. You just ink them up. Get them to stay first. Okay. Get your little treesy inked up. Be sure to pull the ink with the green. You can really see that. Pull that ink right off that stencil. Look, I'm making it even darker just by pulling that ink right off of there. And look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous too. So this right here, I'm just pulling ink off of one side. Look at that tree. Isn't that cute? Just maybe we'll do one more just like that. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love that. But I need them dark. I need my trees dark. I need them dark. Dark, dark. Okay, look at that. Oh, so gorgeous. Make sure your fingers are clean so you don't have little bits. But don't worry about those boo-boos. Okay, boo-boos are doorways to embellishments, opportunities for embellishment. Okay, so if you make a little mark and you can't get it erased and whatnot, drop a couple of gems on there. Okay, so now we're going to do our cleanup. We're going to do our cleanup a little bit differently just because of what I just saw on that last card, right? So I'm going to take and run the ink heavy down one side, like so. I'm not re-inking, I'm just using what's here. I kind of went a little crazy. But there. Oh, going crazy. I'm getting those little tree trunks. I need to cover those tree trunks. That's what that is, this little tree trunk. But see, you don't have to go heavy-handed. Same color. Look at that. Let's do another one, because these are so quick and easy. Okay. Gonna line that right up over there. This time we're gonna stay out of there. My rag, yep, there's a little damp spot here. So I'm just going to blend that in there. It's no longer like green. It's kind of dirty because God knows what's on the rag. It's a little muck-a-muck. But look at that. And that one is so faded, you could totally write right over the top of that. So you do your thinking of you, da 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 da, little message in there. But then that's clean. Our stencil is clean. We're good to go. We're good to go for the next step. So we're gonna grab our first one. Okay. Of course I inked the wrong side on that tree, but that's okay. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Look how fast and easy those line up. Just look at that. I'm just going to make sure. I want mine perfect because I'm doing lunar paste. So I'm checking the tip on that one. Checking this on this one. See this? And if you're only doing one, say like you're doing a little note card and you just want one, just mask off everything. Okay, don't have to worry about that. Just mask everything off. Okay. We're gonna grab, we're gonna do this one in two. We're gonna do lunar paste, silver lining. Or no, what do I want to do? Let's do the fake plant, because then it's not wintry or anything. It's just any time of year. And then our next one we'll do silver lining, like maybe it's snow. And that'll be our wintry one. So this one here is going to be non-wintry. And I'm going to get a different palette knife. I'm just going to grab this guy here. Ugh, look at. Oh, you guys. I wish you guys could see the sparkle in this stuff. It's amazing. Again, I scoop it. Okay, nothing really on the top. It's all right there so that I could put it down and just smush it. And of course, I put up way too much. That's all right. I can trim the bottom of my card if I need to. Apparently, I will need to. Okay, I don't like this palette knife for it either. I gotta get my other one. Okay. And this is a bigger area, so I want to make sure that I'm not chomping into it. There was a little chunk of something in there, because it's not. And you have time. Okay, what are you doing, Elizabeth? Okay, I probably just went underneath with that one. It happens. It happens. Do a couple extra. Do a couple extra. Dawn, hello. Okay, now when you grab your stencils with lunar paste, I like to pin it so that I can start to peel it. Okay. Oh. I definitely need to trim the bottom, but look at that. Total non-Christmas, absolutely gorgeous. Fake plant with fake plant. Isn't that? Oh, I wish you guys could see that. Please just shine. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's fabulous. Ugh. I love that one. Let me check the diamonds on this one. Is you? Yeah, you're dry. You're dry. You guys, the diamonds are already dry on that one. Yeah, these are already dry. That's how fast it is, you guys. This one's going to be a little bit longer to dry because it is a little bit thicker, but that's okay. Now, this one, where's our cleanup sheet? I'm going to put this on my cleanup sheet. Like so. Maybe. Is that lined up? I feel like it's not. There we go. There we go. Okay. So there's that. That was starting to dry already. Look how just starting to dry. But that's okay. And look at, it's kind of edgy, just like that. And then I will trim that off. Well, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I can see the mica in there. Clean up. Clean up is fabulous, you guys. Okay, so let me really clean this up. I'm making a mess, you guys. If you're not feeling rushed and you just take your time, I promise you won't make a ginormous mess like I just did. But sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. So get that clean. Get the underneath. Ugh, man, I just got this. I just got the green everywhere. Probably because it knows I love it. I love the green. Our little 100-pound hammer mill note there. Get that cleaned up. A little bit of staining is not the same as being cakey either. Some colors just stain or take a little bit to get out. Okay, don't fret about that. I never make a mess. I make a mess. That's right. I don't make messes. I make hot messes. Hot. Like, whoo! What happened there? All right. Okay. So this one, okay, so we've got 2 pieces left. Remember, this was our nice, beautiful inking and then our cleanup. And let me I'm going to go get my other palette knife because that's going to drive me insane. This one, yeah, this one's a little bit straighter than this one. This one's a little bit too, and these are the Ranger ones that came with my Simon Hurley little lunar paste kit. I think Neha has them in the Crescent Creation Shop. I'm not 100% sure, but this is nice when you're doing ginormous projects. You get 2. Oh, look, I found some penguins. Found some penguins all tucked in there. Poor little babies. But yeah, you do get 2. You can see mine's got a little bit of love on it. Okay, so we're going to do silver. These are going to be more of our wintry trees. So if we need to do little card notes or whatever. Now here, if you need to be more careful with your paste, okay, this is what we do. Say like we can't cut that off. You know, we don't want to cut that off. Because we need that space. We need that real estate. You're just going to grab yourself some washi. You're just going to grab yourself some washi and cover it. See, and like when I was getting crazy with the ink blending, I could have just covered my little stumps. If you get a little wild and crazy, you just cover it. It's no biggie. It's no biggie. But yeah, so make sure you got your mint tape or paper safe tape. That's not going to rip that when you get your lunar paste on there. All right, look at this silver lining, you guys. This is one of my faves. It's new, but it's like my fave. Look at that. I would like this in nail polish. Although I probably have a nail polish that looks like this. We're going to try and not make such a mess this time, because I had way too much the last time. See, if we just take our time, look at that. Not so crazy. Not so crazy. And then we know when we got it covered, because all that green disappears. That little spot right there just didn't want to cover up. Look at that. Oh, that was a bad choice. Don't go that way. Want a nice smooth. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So relaxing. So pretty. So pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, we ready? We ready for our glistening trees? Oh my goodness, look at that. We peel that off nice and gentle like. Oh, look at. Now, isn't that a modern Christmas? Now, if you guys don't have lunar paste, I'm sorry for you. But you can use like your white texture paste. You could do a texture paste with a little bit of glitter in it. And these modded trees are going to take on a whole new vibe. I mean, just look at that. And that's only using a portion of the stencil, because we're not even using the decoration part. Okay. We could leave it like this. We could lunar paste the whole tree. Right? Gold, could you imagine just a beautiful gold lunar paste tree or a red lunar paste tree? I mean, and then you could fussy cut them out and have them strewn about. But you don't have to use all the parts. You could just use the tree, lunar paste the whole thing, and be gorgeous. Let me see if we can't get some of this, because I've been yapping. It's probably already dry. Because I tell you, this stuff, the thinner it is, the quicker it dries. Okay. So, let's see if we can do a little bit of a cleanup here. Thanks, Dawn. So I'm just going to clean this up right over, just like we did our other cleanups, right? And it's going to be different because it is such a lighter color. It's not like dark like our green. Oops. I may have to trim that. I just got into that tree. I wasn't paying attention. Ugh. But look at. Peel that off. Should have covered that tree. But look at, even the littlest bit, just to clean up. That was a damp rag. I didn't even spray my paper, so I'm not going to have that buckling or anything. But we pushed that mica that was sitting on top of our stencil right into that tree. Isn't that, oh my goodness, I love this right here. I love that right there. Linda, hello, hello. Reminder for those that are just popping in, this month is the last. I will be doing 3 p.m. lives starting in December, or starting in January 2023 for the however long I'm staying with Crescent Creation. I will be doing 7 p.m. on Thursdays. Okay, So December, the rest of December, I'll be reminding you guys that January, the first Thursday in January, 7 p.m. Oh, look at that. I'm going to see if I can't erase that little blub and that little blub, because that one's kind of big, but we'll see. If not, I can fussy cut these out since they're nice straight shapes, and then we can put them on. And I think I just stuck my hand in there. Maybe, but look it. Oh my gosh. So you do your lunar paste. You can do a couple before you have to clean your stencil. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh. That silver lining is just mwah, 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 mwah. And then this, just woohoo, look at that. There is something about lunar paste. The longer it sets and dries and does its thing, it's more gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, isn't that just fantastic? I mean, look at those. Which one's your guys' favorite? Do you like the wintry mod Christmas trees or the any time of year Christmas trees? Look at those. Oh, Simon Hurley, let me tell ya. Like Kathy Zilski says, that kid is going somewhere. He's got a lot of great ideas. And then again, we have the cleanup. Cleanup with the ink and cleanup with the lunar paste. So you never have to feel like you're wasting ink on your stencils and stuff. You're not. You're not. Just use it on a cleanup. Just look at that. So fabulous. So fabulous. Dawn likes both of them. Linda likes the green. Yeah. Just love that. You guys, I love them both. I'm not gonna lie. I love them both. And there's Miss Cordelia. We are finishing up. Okay. Let me clean up because I've got lunar paste. I've got lunar paste out. I gotta get that cleaned up. Oh, look, my phone, my watch says great job staying active. You guys are keeping me active. Yay. Thank you, Miss Pam, for hanging out with us today. Thank you all for being here. You guys are fabulous. And another great thing, there's a lot you can do with lunar paste. Hop on over to my channel, Elizabeth Costa-Rogers. It's linked down below in my link tree. You'll see my link tree after the paragraph that suggests that you go over to Crescent Creation Show and Tell. So if you got some projects you want to share, you can post them on Facebook at the Crescent Creation Show and Tell. This stencil is actually not too bad. And then I can show you guys, I did clean that, our makes. These are the makes we made at the beginning of the hour, which are already dry. No faking, no having to dry them. The thinner you put it on, the quicker it dries. You can build up. It's absolutely gorgeous if you build it up. See, oh, maybe, see, this one had that boo-boo. I could just cut that out and pot that right there. I mean, look at that. We could put them right there. I might have to do that. So these are the panels we made. You can use them as note cards. They do not have to, these ones especially. You don't have to do anything else. You can just write a little message, stick it in the card, and send it off. Lots of options. I thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I had a lot of fun. I mean, who doesn't have fun with lunar paste? And if you do, you can PM me. We'll try and work you through through the struggle so that you can have fun with your texture paste. Alrighty. Well, I will see you guys next Thursday at 3 because it's still December, but in January it will be Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Until then, have a great crafty day, everyone. Bye-bye.